Hey everyone, welcome back to another vlog. It has been a minute since I've been in front of the camera because I've pretty much looked like this for the last couple of weeks. I am just back from the gym, so there is a reason why I do look this greasy and disgusting. However, I thought this would be an appropriate time to discuss a little delivery that I got. So, this is my first ever time doing this, but I have been gifted some stuff from Protein World. Now, I think we've probably gauged by now that I'm super into fitness, I'm super into working out and trying to have a balanced diet and things like that. So they reached out and I have some goodies in this box which I'm going to unbox with you, and I also have a discount code. I've never said that before, so yeah, I have a discount code for you guys. So it's PWRACH and it gives you 40% off site-wide, so it's quite a chunky discount, and protein powder and all that sort of stuff can be quite spenny, and at this time of year probably isn't a priority, so hopefully with the discount it can become a priority. So let's see what they've given me. Okay, so obviously protein shakes have to go in something, and why not a super fancy gold cup. I have a few of these styles already, and what I do like about these is that you don't have the little the steel thing that kind of bashes around. You have to clean it and put it in the washing machine. It all gets tangled together. It is all built into the lid, so you just pop it on, shake it, and you're good to go. Protein powder. I just got super plain vanilla ice cream flavour. I actually struggle to drink protein shakes, so I always just get a plain flavour and end up making it into a smoothie. So just getting a banana, some fat-free yogurt, frozen strawberries, obviously protein powder, a little bit of water, put it all in the NutriBullet. A really great way to get in your protein, have a healthy breakfast that kind of fills you up, but it also tastes nice. I literally think there's nothing worse than just drinking a protein shake straight up. That is just icky to me. What I also might try actually is making like little breakfast bites. I see people do that all the time, like with oats, protein powder, that sort of stuff, and just like make little oat bites. I might try that actually. I also got multivitamins. I think we know by now, vitamins are my saviour. I actually have a confession. I was in the shower the other day there. I think you'll be able to see this little bit here. I actually think my hair might be falling out again, which I don't want to say that out loud and put it into the world, but I was in the shower crying the other day, and I'm like, this can't be happening again. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I will leave a link below to my video where I spoke about this. Basically all my hair fell out at one point, and I feel like it might be happening again, so it's stressing me out. So vitamins were a big part in that journey of getting my hair back to normal. So yeah, I'm really happy to have these. I've not properly looked at what is in here, but yeah, it's got all the things for hair. Biotin, zinc, B12, B2. It's also got iron and stuff like that, so it'll help with energy levels. It's basically got everything that you need in here, so that's great. So yeah, these are just the plain multivitamin capsules. They do a whole range of different stuff, and you can go and have a look, and obviously use my discount code to get discount. Everyone loves a discount, so you're welcome. So that is that for my little gifted items. I'm not sure if you're able to see behind me the absolute chaos that is still the house. Yes, that's a telly on the dining table. Honestly, it has literally taken ages to get this house together, and I feel like I'm constantly non-stop tidying, cleaning, painting, buying things, putting things up, trying to make things look normal, and we're not really, I feel like we're not getting anywhere, but we really are if we look at what it was before, if that makes sense. So there is a lot to show you that we've been getting up to, but I'm going to tidy the haul before I give you the grand reveal because it looks awesome. Like, it looks so good. We basically had a company local company come in, a joinery company, a lady joiner. I did mention that in the previous vlog, from Wild Joinery. So I'll leave their Instagram below, go and follow them. I think they're relatively new, not new joiners, they've been joiners for ages, but they've more recently started up themselves, and they did a fantastic job. Great pricing, super friendly. What more could you want? So I will show you all that and I'll show you the updates, but first I'm going to get ready. My battery's going to die, so I'm going to have this coffee, shower, and see you when I'm prettier, I guess. So I don't look much different, but I promise I've showered. Today is like a day in the house and working, so it is no makeup, hair back sort of day. But anywho, I shall show you the updates, and bear in mind everything is still a work in progress. So in here all the painting is complete, so everything's just a little warmer, a nice bit of colour going on. So I'm still waiting on the shelves to come here, the nice oak shelves. I am swirling whether to do art or wall lights here and here. Well, that is a TBC. We've got our little pendant lights up. These are going to get dropped once we know what size the table is going to be, because they're really quite wide apart, but ideally I would want them to sit perfectly above the dining table. So these will probably get adjusted once the bigger oak dining table does come. What I am loving is these little brass light fixtures, which are over here, and then over, which will be the family living area as well, just to tie in the little brass details. We did get a black curtain pole, but it's not long enough for this really long area, so we basically have to get one that's nearly 4 meters long. So that was a task to find one that was that long. So we're still waiting on this coming. I've ordered nice white curtains that'll hang here just to kind of warm up the room, make it feel a bit cozier. What I am most excited for is the hall panelling. I've went on and on and on about this goddamn hall panelling and it's finally done. It took about 4 days of joinery work. It's taken me 2 days to paint, and I've only done the downstairs. Basically the white paint was on the bottom. It took about 3 coats and I still have to touch up bits. But yeah, let me show you. Ta-da! So this panelling runs all throughout the house, in every little nook. And here it's all done. And then this is where I've not painted, so it runs all the way up the stairs and then all the way at the top stairs and the top of the landing. So this is all still to be painted obviously, but this is what it will look like, and I am so pleased with how it's turned out. Basically, if you're thinking of DIYing your panelling, don't. Just pay someone and get it done, because it looks so much better. So basically they put a backboard on so it looks like it is proper panelling, that it's not just stuck on DIY bits of wood. So they put the backboard on, they obviously put these trims on, they put a real thin flush trim, and then they put the panelling on top, so it gives it a nice deep flawless finish, and it also adds a little extra lip of detail just so it looks super high-end and classy. And then what they do is they put trims on all the edges, so all down the bottom, all down here, and then where the wall corners are, whether it's here or on the edges in there, they also put an extra trim, so like there and down here, and it just makes the whole thing look super high-end and kind of like it's always been here. It doesn't look like a DIY job. So the plan in here, these little black frames, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and I am wanting a little wall light to sit above them, but Darren is not on board and it's driving me insane. We've installed the little light fixtures up here. The plan is to replace this in time, but to save pennies I'm going to paint it black get 2 matching wicker baskets for underneath. I'm going to get a nice big runner rug for in here. And then I'm also going to paint the handle railing black, just to tie in those black details. And then once this hall is painted, I've got artwork because it's quite a really tall ceiling. So yeah, I've got artwork to kind of go up the stairs as well. And then that should be in here done. Darren does need to put a socket in here so that we can have the light on. We have bought lovely brass sockets for light switches and sockets down here to go throughout the lower half of the house. So they all need to get put in everywhere as well. So all these little fixtures will change to brass, which will just finish off everything perfectly. The colour of the paint is coming up, there it's not bad, but I feel like it was coming up quite salmon-y, but it's really not. It's basically just like a dark cream beige colour. So yeah, really happy with how that turned out. So that's that job ticked off the list, and on to the next one. Yes, so the next thing on our list, obviously get all the furniture for in there and all that stuff. But once the hall is done, for me, I think it'll be moving on to the study. So they're going to put together the quotes and the designs for the study, and then hopefully that can be next on my list. That'll be my own personal project, but for Darren and I's joint project, we will move into the living room. So this is just, it's driving me insane because the furniture does not match the size of the room, and I just feel like I am a hobbit living in a house. It's driving me mad. So we've got our couches arriving at the start of the year, which isn't actually that far away, and I would like to keep this room obviously neutral, but Darren was wanting to have a pop of colour, so I had suggested, let me show you. Ignore the absolute mess, there's literally just stuff everywhere. Accent seats to go in this window, but then I was like, why don't we just have them like a nice sage green, just for like an injection of colour, and then we'll obviously put like artwork on the walls and whatnot, and then having that running through the house as well. Or the other option was to either do an accent wall on this wall or this wall, depending on where the couch is going to go, and doing like nice paneling and an accent colour, like something dark, like a dark teal or a dark sage, something along those lines. But that is also to be confirmed. I've got a massive curtain rail coming here. We'll do nice drapes as well. So yeah, I think that is all the updates on the house thus far. And then I think it will be postponing for a while until we can save our pennies again, because it's very expensive. Like the little things that just add up, like buying all the light switches was like £200. One curtain rail was like £160, and it's all these little things that are really annoying and frustrating, but you have to spend your money on them. So yeah, sad times. So yeah, that is what has been happening in the house. We're looking a bit more put together. It is now the next day. I have put some makeup on, got myself looking better because I was just feeling a bit blah after doing lots of housey stuff for the past few days. So a few more things have arrived. Story of our lives. So we literally have about a billion zillion switches to change. We are focusing on the downstairs. I think I mentioned that. So I think it was 20 odd sockets came just for the downstairs. So Darren is in the process of changing all of them, and they're looking so much better. Let's see if there's one. They're all down low. Let me show you. So they look so much better than the stinky old white ones. So that's the white ones. Now we've got the gold ones. So they're going to be all through here as well. So these are just the old ones, but he's put one down there. So all these will change, and it'll just look so much better. This here, let me pop this light on. This unit here, this is my DIY task. So I'll show you, I've bought black paint, I've cleaned it, I've emptied it, I'm going to paint the drawers, paint the unit. I went to B&Q and found little gold handles to replace the handles which were on these. So that is next on my list of little DIY tasks, and I'll show you the paint that I got here. Chalky Finish furniture paint in black. So this is for a whole bunch of stuff, natural charcoal colour. So my plan is to paint the unit and also paint the handrail on the staircase, just to give it a little bit of extra something and tie in with the other details in the hall. I did take a trip to, where did we go? You know when you just open a cupboard and then Darren has done the dishwasher and nothing's in the correct place? Drives me mad. I did take a trip to HomeSense the other night. I got home, Darren got home, and he was like, do you want to go to HomeSense? And I was like, are you flirting with me? Obviously I wanted to go to HomeSense, so HomeSense had a clearance sale on all their candles, so I got this massive, I think it's a 3-wick candle for £12, absolute bargain. So get yourself to HomeSense because they had literally hundreds of candles in the sale. I also got some tea towels, which you'll see. I also got like hand soap dispensers. Today's task is getting all the little itty bitty things that I purchased for the ensuite and getting them up. So like there's picture frames, little shelves to put our toiletries and things on, hooks for towels. I bought new towels. I also purchased from Amazon like drawer organisers for cutlery and drawer organisers for pots and pans, but they've not arrived yet, and it is killing me because the drawer is just filled with cutlery. There's not any organisation to it, and story of our lives, the driver can't find us to deliver the parcel, even though everyone else is finding us now. Every in Hermes are just notoriously bad for their delivery, and they are not even attempting to find us, so that's great. I was scrolling TikTok last night as we all do in bed, and I got fed a video, gifts for your partner, and I thought it was quite a sweet little gift. So it's basically a notebook, I'll link it below, and it's called Read Me When You Need Me, and it's got a contents of 199 like titles. So read me when you're feeling sad, read me when you're feeling nervous, read me when you need a pick me up, or all these different types of things, and then you go and handwrite each one. So it'll be quite a lot, but I like gifts like that are like time and effort spent. So I've got that for Darren. So if you can hear the dishwasher, by the way, yeah, so I've got that for Darren because just with the house move and work and all that sort of stuff, it's been a bit stressy, so I thought something like that could maybe cheer him up. So that should be arriving. It's just a little paper copy, little notepad. I thought it was a really cute idea, and it was only like £8 to buy, so I will share that when it comes, but I will also link below if you think that's a great idea for your partner. That's what I meant to tell you. Update on the downstairs toilet where the tiles were all wrong. I think I mentioned it. Finally getting them changed. So Monday, it's a 5-day process. Monday the guys are coming in, stripping out the whole bathroom. They're having to like replaster the walls obviously, and we're finally getting the tiles that we chose in the bathroom, which hopefully will make it look much better. I knew they were wrong. As soon as I seen them and I thought they were ugly, I was like, I would not have picked them. And thank God I took photos on the day of purchasing them, because otherwise we would have had no record of anything. I also took a trip to B&M, totally forgot, and I never really go to B&M because I always think of it as like junk. So I went for toiletries and found these super cute wicker baskets, £8 each, so I got 2, and they'll sit underneath the black console table once that's painted. I also picked up They actually had some really nice homeware bits in. It was like a whole different range from last time that I've been there. So I just got these cutesy little pillar candle holders, like thin pillar candle holders, £4 and £3, and I thought these would be perfect for the oak shelves that I'm going to put next to the breakfast bar in the kitchen, just for little decorative pieces to go there. And got a couple candles and things like that. So yeah, successful trip to B&M. As I sit in my office and I see my awards from the awards night, I have also got another one. Not won another one, but I've been nominated and I'm announced as a finalist for another award, which is, I'm like, what the heck? What the heck, people? So, sorry, my hair is really bothering me. So yeah, it's the Confetti Awards, which we went to the start of this year, the one that I came second in, and this is now for 2023, so it won't be obviously until 2023, but they're getting all the announcements done now because we have to do like submissions and submit work, and then it goes through a whole process. So yeah, that's exciting. I also mentioned yesterday that I thought my hair was falling out again, and I definitely think it is. That's why it looks so shit, to be honest, because I'm not wanting to really do it. I'm not wanting to overwash it. I'm not wanting to bouncy blow dry it or put too much heat on it. So literally that's why it looks horrendous. But I'm starting to feel like it is really falling out. Now it still looks relatively thick now, but see, when I'm in the shower and it's coming out in clumps, I am freaking out. These weren't as wispy before, so I can definitely feel that they're getting thinner, which is scary. I think it would be quite satisfying for you to watch the transformation of that console table. So cue the time lapse of me painting. Like in situ. Still need to get different lamps. I'm going to get a nice like stone lantern thing, but in situ it looks so much better. What also looks better is me. I gave in and I finally done a bouncy blow dry because I just felt disgusting. Although I don't think I've washed out my conditioner properly, because it still feels a bit like wet even though it should dry, if that makes sense. But anywho, I feel a lot better with my bouncy blow dry, and tonight is date night, so it's actually our nephew's little birthday as well, so we're going to pop by and see him and also see dad and sister's house, because I've not actually seen it yet since she's moved in, and she's been moved in for probably about a year. And then we're going to a tapas place called Pigs, and then we're going to Dad booked it, I can't remember what it's called. It's like a place that's got lots of different games in it. It's new, it's on Rose Street in Edinburgh, and it's got like bowling, curling, axe throwing, I believe. We're doing shuffleboard or shuffleboard. So we're doing that, and then we're going to a new bar in the Virgin Hotels. Can't remember exactly what it is, but supposedly they've got like live music and entertainment at the weekend, so we're just checking out a whole bunch of places tonight. Casual, which, as we'll know, was quite hard for me. Dad told me that it was a flat shoes, warm, comfortable evening, and I had no shoes laid down and I didn't know what to wear. So I've opted for my cool girl outfit, which I featured in last 2 weeks ago's haul, which has came into good use. So we are going to leave the house, pop to Melissa's, see her home, and then crack on with our own little date night. Well, yesterday I was rubbish and I didn't vlog a single thing on our date night. So let me give you a quick rundown, because I've got a few recommendations. So we went to Pig's restaurant, which is like a really tiny Spanish tapas place, but didn't recommend. Like, we rated it a 6. It was very, very, very cramped. Like, we were in a table where I was like this and Dan was next to me like this, and then there was someone next to him. I was on the edge. The table was about like this deep, and obviously tapas is like lots of different plates. It was just very, very, very cramped. There wasn't a lot of variety on the menu, so I found that a bit difficult. Basically, I just got fried cheese and a Spanish tortilla, which was a bit pants, to be honest. Like, I just think the best tapas is Cafe Andaluz, where you have literally 1,000 things to pick from. So yeah, wouldn't recommend. Darren got the creme brulee and it was still cold at the bottom. It wasn't cooked properly. So yeah, don't really recommend. But then we went to, what's the place called? It's new on Rose Street. Can't remember the name of it. I will link the website below. But it's basically like a massive unit, and it's got tons and tons and tons of games. We played shuffleboard, which was so much fun. There's bowling, axe throwing, basketball, duck pinball or something, whatever that is, pool, tons and tons of stuff. It was so much fun. So we went there, and then we found a new bar, which is in the new Virgin Hotels on Victoria Street, and it is such a gorgeous interior vibe. They had like a DJ on, sometimes it's live music, you can go online and check. But yeah, the interior was so nice. Yeah, really, really, really good vibes. So yeah, we went there and then we came home, so I'm a little bit fragile today, but today is Christmas install day at Darren's mum's house. Basically, if you have been to Silver Birch Garden Centre, I think it's out Glasgow way, they basically do the best Christmas decorations, the best Christmas baubles, best trees, everything. And last year, Darren's mum bought the show tree. So basically, after Christmas is done, or was it 2 years ago? But after Christmas is done, they put all the trees that they have on display up for sale, and say they were to retail for like £4,000, like including all the decorations and baubles, they sell for like 2,000. So it's like massive savings. So she basically just bought the show tree. It is literally about 8 foot tall. It must be about 8 foot tall, and it is just such a mission to put up. It took 4 hours last year. So this year we're making a day of it. Me, Dad and sister and his mum are going to have some Prosecco, some nibbles, put up the Christmas tree and just kind of get into the festive spirit. Even though I am not getting into the festive spirit this year, I am not putting up a tree, I am not going to Winter Wonderland. I don't care for Christmas this year. Shoot me now, but I just don't care. So yeah, that is as festive as it is getting for me this year. So I'm going to pop along there today, slightly fragile, but all is well. Also, I had mentioned I had bought Darren a Christmas present. I hope he doesn't watch this, I'll tell him not to. And it's just arrived. So I mentioned it was a Read Me When You Need Me book. And it's basically just filled with lots of blank pages, but in the contents, it's got 120 suggestions. So it's like, read me when it's Valentine's Day, read me when it's your birthday, or things like read me when you need a pep talk, or when you're worried about something, when you're lonely, when you're sick, when you need motivation, when you need bucket list ideas. Literally anything and everything is in here. So it will take time to fill it all out, but I think it will be a really thoughtful pick-me-up present, and something that will last all throughout the year, and he can just keep it moved by his bedside and read it when he needs it. So yeah, I thought that was super, super cute. So as I mentioned, I'll link that down below. It was so cheap, I think it was like $6.99. But those gifts are the best gifts. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.